It's your boy Salim from Notorious Ass back with another video. Baby. Man, let's dive into it. Look, I was riding around the downtown area of my city not too long ago with a friend, and we were just, riding around. And I was kind of shook after that ride. I was kind of shocked. I was like, and not that it's super impressive, but I was shocked as how many 20-year-olds, 20 to 30-year-olds, were lining up at the club, to kind of get in, spend money on overpriced bottles, rent out sections, and just get drunk. And the reason why I was shook is not that it's anything new, but it's because I knew that like 75% of these people were not supposed to be there. And you know how nightlife goes. It's they make a lot of money, but either because they had priorities that were more important than going out to club, or that they didn't even have the money to club, but they were still there. And to me, the only thing was it was funny because it tends to be the same people that go out on social media platforms to complain that, especially in our city, which is Montreal, or if you want to stack money, if you want to save money on the side, like you got to live like a hermit. Like you can't go out to eat, you can't freaking no, you can't do any activities. Basically, is what they're trying to say. And these are the exact same people that are also gonna be like, oh, I'm on my grind. I'm after my bag. If you see me disappear for 3 to 4 months, just know I'm getting after it. You know what I'm saying? And kudos to them if they are, but they kind of live in a contradiction because if you truly were on that mission, you wouldn't be partying. Let's be honest. Like, let's be quite honest. You wouldn't have the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I would just want to segue into what I really want to talk about today is we have to avoid distractions at all costs. Which, if you go down to my videos, I've already spoken about that. But I want to dive deeper into this subject. What I mean by distraction, it's anything that's going to take your second most important asset, which is your attention, away from things that truly matter, which is you getting on your grind, you taking time to make research to really go after that goal that you have, that dream, that passion that you otherwise wouldn't have time to to put on. You have to get away from. If it's you, going out to eat 3 to 4 times a week, even though your budget can't really handle it, it's a distraction. If it's you going to the club, partying, spending money on bottles that you shouldn't be buying, it's a distraction. If it's you spending most of your time on social media platforms, and I'm not just talking about IG, Facebook, and Snapchat, I'm talking about TikTok and YouTube, but on the consumer side, then it's a distraction. If it's on the content creator side, trying to push your brand, trying to give out value to the world so that you could then get compensated for that value at a certain time, or even if it's just marketing some products and some brand that you have, it's a good thing. But if it's on the latter, on the former side, then it's a bad thing. Because you understand one thing, the reason why most companies biggest part of their budget is towards advertisement, because they know one thing: if they push an idea onto your mind long enough, you're going to be spending money on it, right? Because all the money of every company comes from the pockets of consumers. It's pretty simple and to understand. So everyone's fighting for your attention. Everyone is fighting for your attention. Every company, marketing company, all these things, all they want is to fight for your attention, because they know that if they hammer your mind often enough and hard enough with information about their brand, their product, then eventually you're going to be buying. But that same attention redirected onto something that really matters, such as your goal, your endeavor, your aspirations, is going to make something happen eventually. That's why if you look at successful people, it's never the best ones. It typically isn't the best ones. It's the ones that are putting effort, time, and all these things into accomplishing something that typically get the gain at the end of the day. Because it's about trying. Now, the reason why I say that is because this is our generation's hurdle, Gen Z. Because I was watching a video about it's a video of a podcast. It's the Heart to Heart, Kevin Hart and Jay Z. And Jay Z was asked about Gen Z and what he thought about that generation as a whole, and he said they have so much information, which is something they didn't have, but they lack understanding. And the way I took it was, as a generation, as a generation, their hurdle was that the fact that a lot of the things that they wanted to accomplish in their lives, as far as like endeavors and goals and careers, had never been done before. There were no hip hop moguls back when Jay Z started, or there weren't a lot of them, right? There were no international movie stars like Kevin Hart and Dwayne The Rock Johnson and like super big artists making like billions, like right now. So they all that they tried, they had to go by trial and error. They had to make a lot of mistakes, and they finally ended up becoming successful for the ones that really strive hard enough. And we're so lucky because we have so much information And a lot of the endeavors, a lot of the careers that we want to, do or get in have already been done. And almost all that we want to do has already been done. So we have documented, we have the blueprint, no pun intended, for all these jobs and aspirations that we have, but we lack understanding, of the fact that the most important thing is to get started first of all. And I'd attribute that to the fact that we are distracted more than ever, because the same tools that are supposed to empower us to do what we want to do, to do the endeavors, to do the career, the jobs on a much bigger scale than we could have before. The same IG, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube are what's distracting us and keeping us from starting as well. It's like a paradox. It's like ironic almost that we hold in our hand the power to become successful at a much larger scale than we could ever imagine before. But that same power is what's keeping us down. I was watching like a Gary Vee video where the guys was like, essentially most people that he interviews are just too scared to start, too scared to be judged and all these things. And it stems from the fact that you think everybody's like looking at you or paying attention to you because of social media age and you have all the views, the followings, and all these things. And it's like, you got to step out of that zone. And the first step I think is to really get out your own head and get all the distractions to the side so you can really start. Because once you think about it, all the people you're looking up to, they had to start somewhere. And they most likely weren't really good when they started, but they started nonetheless. And it's funny because I read that in the Millionaire Fastlane, which I'm reading right now. It's funny how the more I work, the luckier I get. And it's kind of the same principle. Luck goes to the people who are putting in the work. True luck. It's like a compounding effect of all the effort you put in, which turns into luck, right? But remember, I'm gonna go full circle. If I have to really boil this whole video down, is all the distractions, things that are not serving you, put them to the side so you could prioritize your own goals. And remember one thing: everybody's vying and fighting for your attention, which means it has a lot of value inherently, and you have to use it smartly enough so that it can benefit you at the end of the day. Learn that skill that you need in order to become that business person. Watch these videos in order to learn how to edit, how to film, how to start up that podcast you wanted to start. But at the end of the day, your attention needs to be serving you and not the people that are making money off of it. You understand me? And that's all I got to say. If you like the video, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe. You know why? Because it's free. And I'm going to see you next time. Peace!